we're back.
We're back.
We had some, technical difficulties.
Hopefully you guys can hear us and see us. We're so sorry about that. But while you're all joining back on, we're just going to chat about our weeks with you until you're all back on.
Yes, and we'd love to hear how your weeks are going too. Feel free to.
We have it here.
It has been really good weather lately.
It has. Today was warm, sunny. It was very sunny.
Has been for the past couple of days?
Yeah.
Except one.
Yeah, it was, of course, it was raining. But we hope that you've all had a good week. How has your week been, Em? Explain what you've done.
Besides from Michaela and Andy's wedding, I also went to Hanging Rock, which is pretty much a big pile of rocks out in the sticks.
Are they hanging?
There was one hanging rock, had a sign that said The Hanging Rock.
There we go, Hanging Rock.
Yep, so that was pretty exciting. Oh, and actually after that, caught up with Chris Davis and his family.
Woo, we love Chris. We miss you, Chris. And I'm sure all you guys missed him as well.
Yes, and he is doing great, guys.
Yes, I'm sure he is. Yeah.
Yeah, how was your week, Jam?
My week was good. I submit all of my last uni assignments on Monday and Tuesday for the semester for the year.
Wow.
Which means I have a massive break, which is very relieving. I feel very relaxed because I can do what I want rather than having to always focus on assignments. So that's been really good. And it's been really good weather. I've been enjoying the sunshine, definitely. Spending time with some family. So, yeah.
So good. All right. So we move on to the next part now? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're sorry about the worship, but we're going to move into the next segment, which is
the game. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm just going to get up the chat on here.
Yep, pretty much. We're going to tell you riddles, and you have to answer them. The person who gets the most answers correct wins a prize of $50. And then after Danny's message, which will be totally amazing, we will announce the winner. So we've got an example. I'll just read it out. I'm as light as a feather, but not even the strongest person can hold me for more than 5 minutes.
Ooh, so something really light, but nobody can hold it for 5 minutes. That's interesting.
Do you know the answer, Jem?
I don't. Share it with us, please. So this is just an example.
It's breath.
Breath. Wow, that's true. So breath is really light, but also no one can hold it for more than 5 minutes, even the strongest people. So these riddles are kind of like you have to work your brain, but we know you guys are smart, so we're sure that you can get them in the chat. And whoever gets them first will be keeping track, and then we'll tally it at the end.
Which, by the way, if any of you can hold your breath longer than 5 minutes, I want to see proof. Yes. Please send us a video of that.
But also be careful, be careful. Okay.
All right, we'll get started.
All right, so this one is the real one. This is the first real riddle that we'll get scoring points for. So, which word in the dictionary is always spelt incorrectly?
Jeez.
What do we think it is? Must be a really hard word.
Like discombobulated.
Yeah, or like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I feel like that would be spelt wrong. What do you think, though? Have a think, though. It's a riddle, so it's not going to be like straightforward.
Can we hear it again?
Yes. Which word in the dictionary is always spelt incorrectly?
Do we have any answers coming through yet?
Not yet. Not that I can see yet. So keep guessing, guys. I think it's a little delayed here, so we'll give it a few more seconds.
A few more seconds.
Okay, we have an answer. We have an answer.
The correct answer?
Yes, the correct answer. Prince TV, which is my brother Nick. Good job, you got that point. The answer is incorrectly. So incorrectly is always spelled incorrectly in the dictionary. It's a bit of a brain teaser, but well done, Nick. So Nick has 1 point. On to the next one.
The next one, so that was a tester. Oh no, that one was the first real point. Congratulations, Nick.
Well done.
Next one. What tastes better than it smells?
That's interesting. There's a lot of things that would, but I know it can't be soap because soap would smell better than it tastes. So other way around. So what tastes better than it smells? Let's see if we haven't got any in the chat yet, but it is a bit delayed. So we'll give a few more seconds. I'm sure one of you guys can get it.
I'm sure a lot of things actually smell better than they taste.
And I think a lot of things also taste better than they smell. So there will be a few answers here, but think about it in terms of a riddle, not like a straightforward answer.
Yeah.
We don't have any in the chat yet, so keep on guessing.
We do only have one correct answer, sadly.
Yes. There's no multiple answers. We've got some guesses.
What have we got so far?
We've got cheese.
Cheese?
sometimes tastes better than it smells. That is actually true. But
Sometimes it smells really bad.
That is true, but that is not the answer we're looking for. Keep guessing. This one's a bit of a tricky one.
It is.
You have to
Maybe I
think
should
about
read it again.
Yes, let's read it again.
What tastes better than it smells?
Interesting. Somebody got it. Well
Ooh.
done, Liliana.
Wow.
The answer is a tongue. So your tongue tastes things better
Then it can smell
Then it can
things.
smell things. Your tongue can't really smell things. So
I think I said that wrong. I think
Well
I said
done.
smells things.
well done, Lily. Good job. And also, we forgot to say, please don't try and Google these answers. Please try to work them out. Not
Yes.
saying that anyone has been Googling, but just we forgot
And
to say
hopefully
before.
we didn't give you the idea to do that just then.
Yes, hopefully. So we're going to move on to the next one. So at the moment, it's 1 point Nick and 1 point Lily. Well done. We're going to keep going. My next one is what disappears as soon as you say it? What disappears as soon as you say it?
Could be
It's a bit
like,
tricky.
I don't know, when I picture something disappearing as soon as you say it, it's like when you tell a kid off and they're in trouble and you say their name, then they're
And they
just
run
like,
away.
whew.
That's true. But think of it in terms of a riddle again. Keep thinking. It's a bit tricky.
What disappears when you say it?
Yes. I threw it on the floor, but yes.
When
what
you say it.
disappears when you say it? So we do have some guesses. We've got a word, your words. No. You're kind of on the right track, but not quite. So you're close. It's not a word, it's not your words, not words, but you're getting there. So
Yeah.
what disappears as soon as you say it? This one is a bit tricky.
I can see how words would work though, because
Yeah.
as you say words, they disappear.
But
But
this is more in terms of like,
we do have the specific answer.
we do. Keep guessing. You can have more than one guess. You don't have to just have one guess.
Yep.
Because we know these are a little bit tricky.
It's just whoever answers them first.
Yes. So get in quick. And we might do, Liliana's got it again. Well done, Lily. The answer is silence.
Woo!
So as soon as you say the word silence, then it's not silent anymore. So the silence has disappeared. Well done. Good job, Lily. So Lily's on 2 points. Nick's on 1 point. Well done. Do you want to go to your next one, Em?
On to the next one. Now, this one's a bit long, and it had stumped a couple of people that I asked.
It
so,
did.
what is greater than God, more evil than the devil? The poor have it, the rich need it, and if you eat it, you will die.
Whoa. That's a lot of things. So greater than God. Have a think about what's greater than God.
What's more evil than the devil?
Yeah, what the poor have and what,
the rich don't need.
Yeah. And then
If you eat it, you will die.
Yes.
So maybe
So
it's
have a
edible?
think. Yeah. We have to have a think. Have a think about something that would relate to all of these. We've got a guess that says the apple. Not quite, but that could be because like the apple
An
from the
apple
Bible.
is greater than God. I don't know.
We'll have to keep guessing. So it's not that answer, but well done for trying.
Any more answers coming through?
Not yet. Oh, there might be another one. Oh, we've got another one saying apple, hunger, greed. Okay, maybe we'll say the question again. It's quite long.
Okay. What is greater than God?
Mm-hmm.
So hunger and
Greed.
greed, greater than God, or more evil than the devil, which, by the way, the devil has evil in his name. The
True.
poor have it, the rich need it, and if you eat it, you will die.
Okay, we've got a couple more answers. Our revival youth leaders have guessed cheese. I don't think that cheese is greater than God, but we'll keep going. So death, well, is death greater than God? Have a think about that.
I'm pretty sure God conquered death.
He did. So not death. And we've got a right answer from Lily again. The answer is nothing.
Nothing is greater than God. Nothing is more evil than the devil. If you eat nothing, you will die.
Yep.
The poor have nothing and the rich need nothing.
Yes. So well done, Lily. Good job.
It was a tricky one.
That was a tricky one. We have a couple more. I'm going to go into my next one. So, I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I?
Interesting.
So we've got cities but no houses, mountains but no trees, and water but no fish. What could it be?
Well, there is probably like small lakes with no fish.
True.
Mountains with no trees.
Yeah.
Like
You have to think
like
in
Hanging
terms of
Rock because it's just a big rock.
no trees. Yeah. Have to keep thinking. We're looking in the chat. I'm checking. We have Lily's got it again. The first answer for this question. We've got map. Well done. It is a map. So
We're gonna have to check your search history and make sure you're not looking these up.
We're sure you are not. So well done, Lily. So maps have cities, but they don't have houses on them. And maps have mountains, but they don't have the trees on the maps. And maps also have water, but there's no fish on maps as well. So well done, Lily.
Congratulations.
To the next one.
So this is the last one from me, and then we've got one more from Jem.
So two more questions.
I have branches and yet no leaves, no trunks, and no fruit. What am I?
So something that has branches, but no leaves, no trunk, no fruit. So it can't be a tree.
No, because they have trunks, fruit, and leaves.
Yes. Oh, Lily said her sisters said them to her before, so she must have been practicing her riddles, even though she didn't know we were going to be doing riddles.
Should have tried to come up with nuns never used before.
I know. We should have come up with our own. But well done, Lily. That's okay. We know you're not cheating. Good job. So something that has branches, but no trunks, no leaves, no fruit. So not a tree, but something that has branches. What could it be? Helena said a family tree.
Oh, that's clever.
That is clever.
But then that has branches, doesn't it?
It does have branches.
It has branches, which is what we want.
Yep.
Has no leaves, no trunk, no fruit.
Yeah. So that is good
It's
guess,
a possible answer, but it's not the one we're looking
We
for.
do have the correct answer in the chat, though.
We do?
We do. The correct answer is a bank.
A bank? And who said that?
Lily said that. Well done, Lily. So
This Lily.
the answer is a bank because banks have branches, like the different banks in one company are branches, but there's no trunk. Banks don't have trunks. They don't have fruit, and they don't have leaves. So well done, Lily. We have one more question. So yes, a bank has branches. Well done. Last question. Okay. You measure my life in hours, and I serve you by expiring. I'm quick when I'm thin and slow when I'm fat. The wind is my enemy.
Interesting.
Yeah. So think of something that could be the enemy of, like wind could be their enemy. Have a think.
Or what's... a lot of things are fast when they're thin and slow when they're fat.
That is true. And you measure my life in hours. So what do we use? What is something that we measure in hours?
A clock.
A clock, that is true. But is the wind the enemy of a clock? So we've got to link all of them together. We don't have any guesses yet.
Does seem like a tricky one.
It does. It is the last one, so we had to make it a bit tricky. But keep guessing. Send in your answers on the chat. I'm having a look here. It's the last question. So if anyone wants to steal it over from Lily, it's your last chance.
It's your last chance.
We do. Someone did. Someone got it in, and it wasn't Lily, unfortunately.
It was?
It was Kaya. Well done, Kaya. The answer is a candle. So we measure the life of a candle in hours. So we say like the candle will burn for 100 hours. And it serves us by expiring. So the more we use a candle, the more it goes away.
Yep.
And it's quick when they're thin. So when it's like a really thin, tall candle, they go down quickly. And when they're fat, they last for longer. And the wind is their enemy. So if there's wind, then a candle's going to go out. So well done, Kaya. Well done to everyone who was guessing. That's the end of our game. We will announce the winner after Danny's message, which we're going to lead into now.
Yes. So introducing Danny Lisbon, who's talking on an amazing topic. We're so excited to hear what you have to say.
Yep.
Take it away, Danny.
Take it away.
Hey Revival, it's Danny, and I'm just going to share a quick message, so don't go away yet. I'm going to talk about God's love tonight. So a Bible verse that came to mind was Galatians 6:4, which says, "Above all, keep loving one another earnestly, since love covers a multitude of sin." And that last part really stood out to me, since love covers a multitude of sin. as Christians, we're called to love. God is love. So we are called to love one another, regardless of who that person is, regardless of what they've done, what they look like. And I think in today's day and age, there's a lot of judgment, and there's a division, especially with vaccination, your vaccination status. And God has just called us to love on everyone and anyone, regardless of their vaccination status, regardless of their skin color. It's really important to love one another, just as God has loved us. So that's my first point. God has called us to love one another. My second point is our struggle is not against flesh and blood. So when I talk about flesh and blood, I mean as us humans. And a verse that comes to mind is Ephesians 6 verse 12, which says, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, authorities, and spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." So this verse is pretty much saying that the enemies we face ultimately are not physical things like people or objects. They're spiritual. And I think one of the tactics that the enemy uses is that he gets us caught up in petty things. He gets us caught up in little things that don't actually matter, because ultimately our fight is against him, and our fight is against the spiritual forces. And I think it's important as Christians that when we focus on God and when we focus on his love, those physical things, the people, the things that they say, those shift aside. And if our focus is on God, and if our focus is on loving people and sharing God's light and sharing God's love, then those things don't matter anymore. And that brings me to my third point. So my second point is being our struggle is not against flesh and blood. My third point is that God is love. And it says in 1 John 4 verse 8, "Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love." And I think this Bible verse just shows us who God is. God is a God of love. God is a God of forgiveness. God does not judge, and he accepts everyone. And it's important to, as Christians, to reflect who God is and to show who God is, because ultimately at the end of the day, we're going to heaven, and it's important to bring heaven down to earth, and it's important to share God's love and share God's light. But if we can't love, then we don't know God, because God is all about love. So my third point is it's important to focus on who God is, which is God is love, and it's important to try and keep our focus on that, because that is what's going to help us get through the tough times. That's what's going to help us love on people that are hard to love. And I actually have a short little testimony. Maybe a couple of months ago, I was finding it hard to love on someone, and another person came and told me to just love on them. And that is so simple, but my heart was so hard, and my heart was just against loving them, because I just didn't like the idea of it. But God has called us to love, and that the person that encouraged me to love on this person, I'm really glad that they said that, because all the love that God has for us, we can give to other people. And by me loving on that person, that has softened my heart, and that has helped me a lot. And I think it's a point that you can take away is that if you're struggling to love on someone, if you're struggling to not judge someone, then just focus back onto God and who God is, and focus on his love. And that personally, that's something that's gotten me through accepting someone and loving on someone. So I think that hopefully that can help you and realign your focus on what's most important. So that's the end of my talk. I hope you guys are still here online. But yes, hopefully we'll see you face to face, but if not, we'll see you virtually. And thank you for joining, and yeah, stay safe. Bye.
Bye, Danny. Thank you so much for what you shared with us. I really loved how you were saying about loving everyone, like even when people are easy to love and when they're hard to love. So I really love that, Danny. Thank you for sharing that. I hope all of you guys got something out of that as well.
It was such a good message. Thank you. So we're going to announce the winner now, which I think it might be a little obvious, but I just want to say thank you to Nick, Helena and
Kaya
Kaya.
for participating.
Yes, you guys, you got some of them right, and some of them were really good answers, even though they weren't quite the answer we were looking for.
Yes.
So thank you, but the winner is...
Liliana! Well done, Lily. So once we come back to Youth in person, you can go to any of the leaders and we'll be able to give you that $50 cash prize. So well done, Lily. Everyone congratulate her in the chat.
Woo!
And that is the end of our stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Next week we have small groups, so chat to your leader about what you're going to be doing, and we'll hopefully see you in person soon.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.